With Monster Hunter Wilds still being a long time away from its release, the community has been spending their time feeding many speculations and theories regarding the numerous aspects of the series in general and this future title in particular. With a single short trailer has the vast majority of the information we have available as of yet, it is not all that surprising seeing content creators and hardcore fans alike dissecting this teaser to the smallest degree. But some of those details are not small in the slightest. One that has been a pretty predominant topic is this fellow over here. Though some people refer to it as a raptor, we still don't know its true name. However, we do know to a reasonable extent what it is capable of doing, and players quickly realized how much of a fundamental feature this creature appears to be. And they are absolutely right. In fact, this means and implies even more than you might think. Mounts in the Monster Hunter franchise is a mechanic that, though rare, has already been seen before. It was a predominant component in the story spin-offs and even entered the portable titles with the introduction of palamutes in Rise. Their main purpose, especially for the latter, was offering an extremely quick form of traversal. Obviously, they also had their utility in combat, but their defining trait was the ability of functioning as a mount for players to travel larger distances faster. In Wilds, we didn't see any form of combat, so we still don't know if they will aid us on that front just like their Rise counterpart, but at the very least, we know that both share the same core premise. That isn't to say, however, that there are no significant changes. On the contrary, despite both existing for the same objective within the game's mechanics, the latter is way more mechanically complex and versatile. Our colorful dino bird not only can reach comparable speed to a palamute, it can also perform diverse forms of movement. It can run in both bipedal and quadruped stance. It can maneuver extremely well even in crowded spaces, climb rock formations, and even glide. Just like the teaser showed, this mount will perform a crucial role in Monster Hunter Wilds, especially when it comes to movement. And the question that we should be asking is why? Why would they add all of this? And the answer to that dilemma will reveal just how impactful to the game this creature really is. We need to keep in mind that Capcom implements every single feature, every single mechanic, every single system with a very specific purpose. No exceptions. Of course, sometimes a particular component of the game is not well received because most people simply do not like it, but even those failures were added with a clear vision in mind. So what is the vision behind this new type of monster? If all they wanted was the functionality of palamutes and nothing else, they would simply copy and paste them over to Wilds, even if they looked different. But that is not the case. Not only they are aesthetically distinct, their mechanics also diverge from each other. So their vision was either altered, or, what I believe is more accurate in this case, expanded. The higher level of maneuverability is there for a reason. To allow players to traverse longer distances faster than they would on foot just like in Rise, but in addition, the numerous inclusions already mentioned serve to also traverse areas that they would be otherwise impossible, to reach areas that we wouldn't be able to on our own. This reliance and dependence heavily implies that mounts like this won't be optional like palamutes were. They will be a permanent aspect of our character and our gameplay. But here's another question. Why would we need that? Why would we have areas of the map solely reachable with the aid of a mount? If we observe the example shown on the trailer, we can see the hunter and his mount landing on a tall rock formation, halting their movement at the very end of it, where they stand watching the landscape for the rest of the footage. Now, be mindful that this is pure speculation from my part, but I believe this shot was done deliberately, and I mean beyond its cinematographic position. Being able to climb these sort of structures seem to be, initially there is, pretty redundant. They don't appear to have any harvestable resources and are, at least this one, isolated from everything else around it. So what advantage could the ability to climb this be? Visibility. At this height, we can spy on everything around us within a surprisingly sizable radius. And why would we need to do so? Exactly, because the map itself is extremely vast. Of course, we still don't know if Wilds is going to be open world or not, but at the very least, we will hunt within extensively large areas, larger than any other Monster Hunter map, regardless if it is one or several. And working in such a vast territory, especially one with high density of rock formations like the desert shown in the trailer, will make tracking a much harder task, even with scout flies which were already confirmed as well. Being able to climb almost anything will allow us to reach strategic points that will give us clear visibility over large distances, helping us locate our target further away or other important landmarks. Obviously, this is just a small example. I'm sure our feathered buddies will be useful in more varied ways. It's the tiny details that we can observe that imply these massive gameplay elements right under our noses without us realizing. But of course, I can be completely wrong on this, so take my theories with a good pinch of salt. Another thing that we can take from this is the exploration factor as well as its impact on hunts. Having such expansive spaces plus players having the ability to traverse almost anything provides developers with the freedom to generate aesthetically and mechanically complex terrains and the liberty to construct elaborate layouts that not only promote true organic exploration, but also can be used to gain knowledge needed for the hunts that we will perform. Perhaps they can build zones in a way that can be used to the hunter's advantage during a fight, like a natural trap like the sand pit in Wildspire Waste, for example. Maybe we can lure our target to another monster's territory which will lead into a turf war. Take a high point and learn the monster's path patterns, their schedules, their main prey item, so we know where to look first. I know that this is nothing new since most of it was already done in World, so don't take this as innovations, but more so as evolutions. An enhanced version, an expansive version of what World did. And the existence of this kind of mount made in this particular way is a hint that all of what just said can be part of Wilds. Now, personally, even if I'm completely wrong on this, and the little wyverns have all these fancy movements just for fun, I wouldn't mind it in the slightest. They look cute as hell, and their ability alone is enough in my opinion to be a great addition to the game. More so than Palamutes if I'm honest. There's still a lot of information to be uncovered regarding pretty much everything about the game, but at least we know that these fellas will represent an important role in Wilds and may indicate a lot more than we were expecting. But we will see. A huge thank you to my Patreon supporters for supporting the channel and the content I create. If you wanna join the ranks, you can do so for only $1 a month, the link will be in the description. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and opinions down below, join our Discord server, engage with the community, and hope to see you all next time.